The beginning, when you get perfect letter metrics off, you're winning. The first vowel in English you kicking. It's not from the Greek, so the speech isn't shifted. Reminds me of myself, well-rounded with the diction. 5 different sounds, 5 different...
Champion, we remain here. King of the Dot had an event last night. It was the tournament, the 2020 Grand Prix. The 2020 Grand Prix, and you know, they had a situation where the live wasn't able to start at 3 o'clock, so they ended up streaming it at I think 9 p.m., 8:30 or 9 p.m., which worked out for me. So I was actually able to catch all the battles. Chef Shreds versus Mac Myron did not go down. I do not know why. You know what I mean? That did not go down. That's one battle I was looking forward to. That have been fired. Shout out to Chef Shreds and Mac Myron. These dudes is cold. They both cool. I think if Chef Shreds would stay in the tournament, he had good chances. I'm not sure what happened there. If Chef Shreds was still in the tournament, he would be winning, I think. Like, who was really... He'd have made it to the 3rd round at least. So shout out to Chef Shreds. I'm not sure what happened, but you'd have been that close to 50 grand, bro. I think you were definitely one of my favorites in the tournament. I labeled you King of the South off your first battle alone. Like, your ability to freestyle would have done wonders for you in the tournament. So hopefully everything's good with you, champ. Mac Myron is 5, but the battle did not go down. However, they still had 3 battles, 1 non-tournament and 2 for the tournament. The first battle that happened was a non-tournament battle, and that was between M City and Oops. And here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. I did not see the first round, because they said it started at 8, but then it started at, I think, 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So I missed the first round, and I was actually driving during this battle, but I think the judges were Mike G, Geechee Gotti, JR, and I believe the coroner. We got a battle rap coroner now. Salute to him. And they all went for M City. They had M City beating Oops. The fan vote judge, I think, was 90% in favor of Oops. Excuse me, M City to win the battle. I think Oops did good, but M City was on one. You know what I mean? The patterns, the rapping flow. You know what I mean? He was a lot more cleaner too than Oops. Oops did his thing, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Oops had the Time magazine, the City Underwater, Atlantis. You know what I'm saying? The City had to knock off Bruce like Marshall and Tekken. Don't disrespect. Don't do that. Do not disrespect Marshall, because Marshall, for us that played the game, has been around for years. You know what I'm saying? Marshall has been here for us for years. Don't do the knockoff Bruce situation, bro. You can knock off Bruce, Fade Long and Street Fighter, some shit like that, bro. We're not doing that. We respect Marshall. The Jaquan of the St. Louis nigga hood hopping, General Zod. Oops had a 3rd round that was dope as well. People still didn't give Oops a 3rd round. That's crazy to me. Being a Saint So Severe, the family man Dizaster flip that he had, the politics treated me like Nate Robinson. Finally caught an Oops when I wasn't ready for a fight. He had the no Ruben stutter. American never idled another black man with a voice. He had a white platform Grand Prix. You think I wouldn't talk about race? Okay. Until he had the Hugh Jackman swordfish line in the 3rd. The politician can't handle city issues. He had a Ready Player One bar was fired. Dizaster, I think Dizaster judges, I don't think he did, but he called out, or Oops, and a City battle was so good for him that he said he'll take Dizaster, he'll take City and Oops. But the fan vote and all the votes went to City, 90%. So he won that battle. The next battle was, this is for the tournament, people. This is for the tournament. This is for the tournament. It was Marv 1 versus Excel. The judges were Geechee Gotti, Math Hoffa, Mike G, JR from No One Studio, and the fan vote. The fan vote was 65% in favor of Marv 1. JR gave it to Marv. Mike G gave it to Excel. Math Hoffa gave it to Marv 1, 2-1. Geechee Gotti gave it to Marv 1. Marv 1 won the battle, and he's moving on to the next round. Excel had Keep Your Heart. I'm gonna read off every bars, but I think for me personally, I also gave the battle to Marv 1 in the 2nd and the 3rd. I think he came alive in the 2nd round. In the second half of his 3rd, you know what I mean, when he did the 4XL, like my shirt size, the Jason Bourne situation, fire, you know what I'm saying? I think he came alive, and I think he's going to beat Times. I think it's Marv 1 versus Times next, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. If it's Marv 1 versus Times, I have Marv 1 beating Times, bro. I have Marv 1 beating Times. Fact. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm mistaken. But I have Marv 1 beating Times if it happens. So the next battle was Times versus J Murder. We gotta talk about this situation. We gotta talk about what happened in this battle as well. Shout out to J Murder. This was J Murder's battle to win. Shout out to Times as well. He's wild aggressive. But J Murder could have won this battle. J Murder wasn't clean in the first, I'm not mistaken. And I think throughout the battle, he was checking his cell phone to like memorize his rhymes. His second round was dope. The first round was debatable. He could have won the first as well. So if you got J Murder winning rounds 1 and 2, it makes sense. But like I said, battle rap, they judge it as a whole. People don't really judge round by round. We say we do. We say, oh yeah, we judge it round by round. That's what we do. That's not what happens. Because J Murder pulled a slick stunt in the third. He said, yo, organic, Times, come take this picture with me. Yo, come and take this picture with me. And I think the whole time, shout out to you, J Murder, but I think he was looking at your bars. You know what I mean? I think he was trying to take your bars. You know what I mean? And I think that would have gotten off if you didn't check your phone for your raps all throughout the battle. So when you say, yo, take the picture with me, please, come on, Times, organic. You know what I mean? I think they caught you. I think they caught you, J Murder, so they gave Times the third round. And they gave Times the battle, so Times is moving on. I mean, some of the lines they had is C Murder, E Murder, J Murder, the money bags, F his teeth up, the homie without the glove, the Roku stick, murder and ER like how it's supposed to be spelled. Shot J 1,000 times like Kobe practice. J Murder had the button mashing, which I thought was perfect. I think his Times' style is button mashing. You could expand on that for a whole round and be good. I said on Twitter, like, nobody won the first round. I think it was that close, and I think nobody really, like, prevailed. But I'm not mad at the J Murder in the first round. Headshot, let's see if Time could heal all wounds. Time running up without a second to spare. If you slow it down, you'd be saying too much. He said if you actually slow down your flow, the crowd can see that you actually be saying nothing. I thought that was fire. Dizaster yelling time, but it's still spitting. Fire. Then he checked his cell phone. So the official decision was Mike G gave the Times. Geechee Gotti gave it to J Murder first and second. JR gave it to Times. The coroner gave it to Times. Matt Top gave it to J Murder, and the fan vote was 70% in Times' favor, 30% for J Murder. And that's what happened throughout the tournament, bro. So Times moving on and Marv 1 moving on. If Marv 1 battles Times, I have Marv 1 beating Times. So I think the last two battles is Saint versus Dizaster and Times versus Marv 1. It could be flipped, right? It could be like Marv 1 versus Dizaster or Marv 1 versus Saint and Dizaster versus Times. Shout out to Times. Salute to you making it all the way through the tournament, but I do not have you advancing beyond the next round. I think I have Saint low-key over Dizaster. Low-key. Because you know that situation is kind of hard to be Diz, you know what I mean, in a room like that. But imagine a Marv 1 versus Dizaster rematch. Oh my God. Imagine a Marv 1 versus Dizaster rematch. What do I do? Oh my God. The real fast before I end out the show, again, salute to the King of the Dot for putting up $50,000. $50,000. $50,000. The winner is going to receive $50,000. I think y'all definitely should tune in. It being closer and closer to the $50,000. And real fast for Champion of the Year. Any battle rapper that's in a tournament, right? In this tournament that they have, the Grand Prix, if you made it to the second round, you'll qualify to be part of the names of the selections to people to pick to nominate for Champion of the Year. So, just saying. But the people got to pick you, not me. Not Jay Black, the people got to pick you. So if y'all think Dizaster's killing shit or whatever, you can pick his name. It'll be available to pick from. You think Saint is killing shit? You think Marv 1 is killing shit? Y'all can pick from their names to be nominated, you know what I mean, Champion of the Year. And think about it, it's a lot of nominations. There's 20 spots. There's 20 spots. You understand? There's going to be over 100 names It's up to you to pick the 20 that you want. It's up to the people as a collective to pick the 20 that they want. So it's not on me, it's on y'all. It's on y'all. You can donate to the GoFundMe link in the description. It's up to you. But with that being said, I'm closing out the show. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for staying tuned for this long. God! Like a 3-hour show, low key. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think. So let's say if Dizaster wins, he gets a battle, a real deal, right? Doesn't the winner get a champion match? That's fire. How do we donate to help grow champion? So as far as helping me grow the brand, I do not need help with growing the brand. As you can see, this is nobody help with this. Nobody help with the champion 2.0. But as far as champion of the year, the link is in the description. And it's also right here. Salute. And with that being said, we out. I'm tuned into the tournament. And King of the Dot, you know what I mean? I'm not wishing nobody's downfall, but when it went from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., I was in full effect. I didn't miss the battles. I'm not going to miss it if it's 9 p.m. on a Sunday. So I'm just, if y'all could do a replay, y'all could have a battle at 3 p.m., right? And do a replay at 9. If y'all could do that, we cooking. If y'all could do that, we cooking. I will not miss no events. And I'll be here to recap. So with that being said, salute. It's your boy J Black, aka Black Man. Champion 2.0. We remain here. We remain here. Salute to subscribing and working. Happy holidays to all of you guys. Salute for y'all rocking with the show and having fun with us. Champion!
The beginning. When you get perfect letter metrics off, you're winning. The first vowel in English you kicking. It's not from the Greek, so the speech isn't shifted. Reminds me of myself, well-rounded with the diction. 5 different sounds, 5